All right, welcome into Philadelphia Eagles, now by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. Week 1 is in the rear view, and there is plenty to talk about on our post-game show. Instant reaction coming your way here on the show. Appreciate all of you for being here with us. And Philadelphia able to escape Foxborough with the win. 25-20 is the final score. This is a game that was really weird with the complexion of it, the feel of it, the identity of it. You had some really strong rain showers coming down early in this game, which really limited Philadelphia's offense to a certain degree. But a win is a win. And so often we see a lot of weird and wacky things happen in week 1 of the NFL season. Teams are taking the field for the first time as a collective unit, and there are a lot of upsets. And Philadelphia here able to cover the spread and narrowly escape an upset against New England. And there's a lot to unpack, but as Philadelphia goes into this week 2 game, Thursday Night Football against the Minnesota Vikings, there is certainly going to be a lot to clean up. And really, what this game will be remembered as to me is a game in which the Philadelphia Eagles defense, under first-year defensive coordinator Sean Desai, came to play. Because early in this game, they really set the tone. Philadelphia took a 16-0 lead early in this ball game, and then the Patriots are able to come back with this furious comeback. But getting out to that 16-0 lead, you had Darius Slay with the 70-yard pick six. You had Jordan Davis punching the football away from Ezekiel Elliott. That led to another score. And the identity of this game belongs to the Eagles' defense, not the Eagles' offense. And last year, this was an organization, this was a team that really had a balanced approach. But I actually have concerns coming away from this game on the offensive side of the football as compared to the defensive side of the football. So let's start with the Philadelphia Eagles defense, because I do believe that the Eagles defense won this game. And really what this game, where it was also decided, is the fact that the Eagles are around midfield. They have no timeouts left. The Patriots have a few timeouts left in the 2-minute warning, and it's a 4th and medium, 4th and short, and Philadelphia, instead of pinning the Patriots deep into their own territory, they decide to go for it, up by 5, giving the Patriots an opportunity to take over around the 40-45-yard line. A touchdown for New England wins the game. I'd rather force New England to go the length of the field pretty much with a really good punt from Aaron Sipos, which can sometimes be few and far between, instead of giving them advantageous field position. So Nick Sirianni has built this culture, built this organization, Howie Roseman too, on being aggressive. They got aggressive and going for it on that 4th down, but then that gave the Patriots an opportunity to potentially win this game. Now, the Eagles' defense was able to come through with the stop, and that was huge, but they were really living on the edge. They pushed their poker chips to the middle of the table. They gambled. It paid off, but it's not always that it does pay off for the Eagles. And defensively, for the Birds, couple of big takeaways here. You had the Jordan Davis punch away on the Ezekiel Elliott fumble. I thought that Jalen Carter had a really, really strong game. He tallied his first career sack, had a tackle for loss, couple of quarterback hurries, quarterback hits. He was really active. He was seeing a lot of time at defensive tackle, and I thought that he played tremendous football. Reid Blankenship had a couple of really heads-up plays, led the Eagles with 12 total tackles. 9 of those were solo, 2 pass breakups. Avonte Maddox with 2 pass breakups. James Bradberry with the PBU. Darius Slay played a really good football game. He had 3 pass breakups as well to go along with that 70-yard interception and pick six. But enough on the defense, because this Eagles offense struggled to really gather momentum and establish momentum throughout this game. Jalen Hurts was 22 of 33, only 170 yards. Average yards per completion, 5.2. That's really low. The Eagles, to my count, only had 1 play of 20-plus yards. Last year, they had more than 80. That was the second most in the NFL. Bill Belichick had a really good game plan where he played a lot of single high safety sets. And he followed the game plan from last year of the Indianapolis Colts, in which the Eagles offense also struggled in that game. And that game came down to the wire. Remember when Jalen Hurts won it with the quarterback draw? Well, Indianapolis ran a lot of single high safety sets. And that really condensed the field for the Eagles where they couldn't really spread out and disperse the football. Patriots go out with the same game plan, and Jalen Hurts was clearly bothered by that. So many more thoughts to get to with this game. But first, our Philadelphia Eagles Now post-game show and instant reaction is sponsored by Game Time. If you're looking for last-minute tickets, Game Time is the only app that you should be using. Not only do you get to save money with the prices that they offer, see where you're sitting, and get some really good deals on some last-minute tickets, but also you save money by using our promo code EaglesChat when you hit that link that's available for you in the comment section and in the description of this video. Eagles home opener is Thursday night against the Minnesota Vikings. They return to Lincoln Financial Field for the first time since beating the San Francisco 49ers in that NFC title game, and it's going to be a lit atmosphere. And if you want to get tickets to that game, there are still tickets available. What's cool about the Game Time app, you can see where you're sitting and the price point of where you'll be sitting and the different options that you have at your disposal. You can see from the seat your vantage point, but also you can take a look at a bird's eye view look of the stadium as well and get different price tags and different looks as for all of the different seats that are available. So if you download the Game Time app, $20 off your purchase, promo code EaglesChat. We're going to put all of that information for you in the comment section and then the description of this video. Best seats, lowest price guaranteed, and the prices drop as the events gets closer. Lowest price guaranteed. It's not only for sports either, comedy shows and music events as well. Let's continue to talk about this football game. And I think that I mentioned everything that I need to about this defense. Like, credit to Sean Desai. I thought this is a really solid defensive game plan for the Eagles. There were a couple of times in which he sent home some guys on blitzes that I thought worked well. Mac Jones made a couple of good throws, and there were some breakdowns in coverage, but it's game one. These Eagles starters hadn't played in the preseason at all, so you can expect some of those breakdowns to happen, but you rely on some of your really good players, and when some of the Eagles' really good players on defense needed to show up, they did. As for the offensive side of the football, more on that in a moment, but make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're about to get to 51,000 subscribers right here on the show. And if you're watching our post-game show and you like what you're seeing right now, we bring you the heat on a daily basis. Lock us in and hit that sub button. Eagles offensively, we talk about the lack of explosive plays. We talk about the lack of consistency. Is this a game plan now that a lot of teams are going to follow? Indianapolis Colts put it on tape that you could be successful against the Eagles and limit their big plays and give Jalen Hurts some trouble with some multiple looks and single high safety sets. New England Patriots come out with some of the same looks, same formations in which single high safety, disguise looks, late blitzes, corner blitzes in which Jalen Hurts didn't see it. That is something that we're going to have to keep an eye out for as we move forward. Now, Jalen Hurts has done a really good job of making adjustments on the fly and countering what defenses do. But 22 of 33, 170 yards passing is not going to cut it long-term for Philadelphia. They also kind of struggled to run the football a little bit. This was a strong suit for this Eagles team last year. 25 carries for 97 yards, 3.9 yards per carry, and a long of only 16. So not only were they not explosive airing the ball out, they weren't explosive in running it. And I think what this comes down to is a little bit of a concern for me, this Eagles offensive line. When Jalen Hurts dropped back, he got pressured a lot. And in the game, New England was able to tally 3 sacks and 5 quarterback hits. And I thought that this Eagles offensive line broke down in coverage a lot, whether it be Jordan Mailata, Cam Jurgens. Lane Johnson gave up his first sack since November of 2021. Again, it's the first time that these starters are playing, and there are going to be adjustments that take place, and it's game 1 out of 17 in the regular season. But the Eagles' offensive line was not good. What was also interesting was the Eagles' running back rotation. Kenneth Gainwell carried it 14 times for 54 yards. DeAndre Swift only had 1 carry for 3 yards. Boston Scott, 1 carry for 3. Jalen Hurts, 9 for 37. So outside of Gainwell, I would have liked to have seen Swift a little bit more. He led running backs in yards per touch last year. He's also capable of catching the ball out of the backfield. But in this game specifically, they didn't utilize him a lot. What's the reason for it? And throughout training camp, we had talked about the story of Gainwell being treated as such he was the number one running back. And in this game, he once again was. Credit to New England for bottling up A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, 7 catches for 79 for Brown, 7 for 47 for Devontae Smith, and that lone touchdown. Great throw, by the way, from Jalen Hurts on the quarterback sprint rollout. Fitted into a tight window. Good sliding catch from Smith. What I also didn't agree with, there were no catches for Dallas Goedert and only 1 target. What's the deal? You got to use Dallas Goedert a little bit more for this offense. He's a security blanket. He's one of the best tight ends in the league. Going down the seam, going down the numbers, he gives you yet another weapon. I want to see more of Dallas Goedert. And sometimes a tight end can be a quarterback's best friend. And for him to have 1 target today, I just don't agree with that game plan. Again, did the rain at the start of this game kind of dictate what Philadelphia was going to do for the remainder of it? Maybe, but some weird stuff for Philadelphia regardless. Another reminder, subscribe to the show. Also want to thank everybody for 50,000 subscribers. Reaching that milestone is a very special milestone here for any channel on YouTube, let alone sports and the Philadelphia Eagles, when there are a lot of competitors out there. For us to get to this number wouldn't be possible without all of you. So hit that subscribe button, and if you're a real one, let me know down in the chat. Daily videos coming your way on the Eagles. Watch party coming up on Thursday. Live show on Tuesday. The watch party tonight, absolutely sensational. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time here on the program.